AI is literally stealing women's jobs at this point, okay? So this has to do with money, jobs, women, sexy women, models. There's a whole host of stories right here. So if you can pull up this clip, this is from, what's our young lady's friend's name that works for the Daily Wire? Brett Cooper.
Oh yeah, Brett.
I believe her name is.
Mm-hmm.
So pull up this clip. It starts at about basically 3:45, and it's talking about fashion models went from unrealistic to inhuman, literally. So basically, Levi's, the jean company, is starting to use AI models to increase their diversity and sustainability without actually having to go hire the models. Let's get that volume up and play this clip.
Ooh.
AI. Here's a bit from Levi's press release. They said, today, Levi Strauss & Co. announced our partnership with La La Land AI, a digital fashion studio that builds customized AI-generated models. Later this year, we are planning tests of this technology using AI-generated models to supplement human models, increasing the number and our diversity of models for our products in a sustainable way. It just sounds weird. Supplementing human models. Does that not weird anybody else out? Like, this reminds me of that episode I did about the alleged baby-making machines where you can grow a baby in a pod.
All right,
like, we're literally
that.
stripping human...
Joey, put it to 1.5 so it's not 2.0, the speed. So basically, she's just highlighting what's happening right there. But let's, sometimes they say show, don't tell. 1.5, Joe?
It was fast. That was 1.5.
Okay, that was 1.5. All right,
Yeah.
so 1.25. All right, so here is actually what AI is doing to basically use models for their campaign. That starts at 6:50, Joe.
say it's very wrong. Somebody else said, the next wave of marketing what people should look like instead of using those out of the billions already existing. Let's make what we think is the perfect black person or brown or LGBTQ, etc. Somebody else said, it took a few words and seconds for me to create all of these people using AI. None of these people exist. It is getting harder and harder to tell.
Pause and punch it on the people. I don't know if you can. Can you punch in on that or no,
Like,
Joe?
just zoom in.
Okay, there you go. So all those people, can you zoom in anymore or no? All those people.
No.
Okay, it's all good. All those people. There you go. All those people, gorgeous people, if you can see them on your screen, black,
Wow.
yellow, white, brown, all different shades, not real people.
Wow.
Okay, those are AI generated beautiful people. Okay, continue with the clip.
It is getting harder and harder to tell. If you want to zoom in here.
Okay, there you go.
They're all stunning. They all look real. Like, it's just crazy. And for once, guys, I actually agree with the diversity folks on all of this because this is a sham. They are throwing you people a bone. This should offend you. Corporations are showing their true colors. They don't care. They just want you to think that they care. And they preach diversity and inclusivity,
Okay.
but it's too expensive.
All right, so this is actually kind of weird. Those are people on screen, all good-looking, attractive people. They're coming for your fitness job. They're coming from your modeling job. They're coming from your hot-ass nail salon job. Used to work in the club. AI is coming for our jobs. So how, Amanda, you're a model. How worried are you that AI, they're no longer going to book you. They're not going to cast you. Just like, why do we need gorgeous Amanda over here? We'll just artificially create her. How worried are you? Is this something you're even familiar with, and does this concern you at all?
Yes, I read the article about a day or two ago. Does it concern me? Yes. Brands are going to look to this to save money on marketing. However, I don't think that it'll be very successful because a lot of just regular people that are like looking to buy, like customers, they idolize like a lot of influencers and stuff that they use, that they idolize and stuff. I'm one of them. I idolize a lot of beautiful models and influencers and people that are similar to me. And I will see them modeling Pretty Little Thing, Oh Polly. And if they don't see those models and they just see like these random AI generated things, I mean, they might still buy it, but I've been the type of person that like, sometimes I'll literally just buy something because even like, say an influencer made this brand or they're modeling it and I love how it looks on them. And if they're not seeing their favorite influencers or models wearing something that they know is like similar to like their body type or how they look, it's just not the same. And I think that will hurt brands, and they're gonna have to bring some models and influencers, even if it's not the same amount of influencers or models. I think they're gonna, maybe it's gonna be like a lesser amount, but I think they're gonna have to have real people still.
Is this something that, so you said you just read the article
About a
couple
day or
days
two
ago?
ago, yeah.
What inspired you to read that?
It just came up on, I think it was my Facebook feed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you have this conversation with any of your model friends being
No.
like, hey, I just heard this?
I didn't talk to
If you
everybody.
could go into the mind of your all the girls we met at model volleyball, there was hundreds of them, all gorgeous girls. How aware are they of this, and how concerned should they be?
I actually don't think that a lot of people are aware of it, but I think that if they would probably be concerned. Because at first I saw it and I was like, oh my God, this is actually really scary.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought about it and I was like, as a person who buys clothes, a lot of the clothes that I buy, even sometimes I just see it on someone that I like, and that's why I buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't see someone that they like, they might not even buy it because of that. There's so many even curvy models and influencers that girls will like, and they'll be like, oh my God, I love this girl. It looks good on her. I need to get it.
You're right about that. What
Yeah.
you're saying is 100% right. However, when I was a fitness model, and I was with an agency in New York back in the day, back when I was in my 20s, when I was young and beautiful and shit. And there was the agency would send me to these jobs. There was one in particular, right? It was for Cosmopolitan magazine. They gave me a grand for the day, and it was just the little shit in the magazines,
Mm-hmm.
the little next to the articles. Those jobs might be gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, those jobs might be gone. Or I would do something for stock photography, right?
those
And you
stock
get paid a few
images.
grand, boom, and that was really supplementing my income in my early 20s when I was doing it as a trainer and doing that. Those jobs might be gone.
Valid
What you're
point.
saying as far as buying
I
stuff.
think
but
that you're
other
right.
models,
Stuff on websites and stuff, it's going to be rough, but influencing and stuff, I think that might shoot up, because then brands might have more money to give to the influencers, but regular models and stuff, unless if it's runway or something, they might even come out with some sort of AI thing for that, some
It's not might.
holographic weird thing. I
There
don't
was
know.
this happened during the pandemic. This designer, I forget whose name it was, but
I saw that.
Yeah, she did a show, and she didn't tell anybody till after that it was all AI. It was all fake. But people were watching it, and they thought it was a real show. She had to do it online because of the pandemic, but she said, none of that shit was real. It was
Wow.
all fucking computers.
I think with all this AI stuff, I think it's good and bad. I think now is probably prime time where people's authenticity have to really shine. I think when it comes to influencers, like Amanda said, you kind of fall in love with what the person represents, who they are, their morals, and you will purchase items based on that because you trust them from following them for so long. I do think though, those little jobs, that is more at risk, but I think that also leads opportunity for people to kind of grow in a public eye, and you have to really be yourself. You have to really learn to differentiate yourself in today's time, because things can be so similar. You can just make it online. You can just do it this way. You can do it that way. So I think that whole process of being an authentic influencer, an authentic person making a change in the world, those are the people who are going to win. And I think they're going to separate from those fake influencers who are just doing the quick things just for the likes and all that stuff. So I think authenticity right now is going to really separate all the influencers with this AI stuff. I do also think though, as a business, I'm thinking business standpoint, right? If you're a business person and you're trying to save money and you're trying to market certain items, you may resort to it, right? Especially if you're in the beginning stages of your business. So I do think there are pros. I do think there are cons. I think it's a matter of how are we going to outsmart that realm and, come out on top. So, shout out to the influencers out there. Good luck.
Shout out to authentic influencer. You're an authentic influencer. Do you have any
Yes.
strong feelings on this?
I think you took the words right out of my mouth, honestly. I want to say that the authenticity is a really big thing, because relationships are a big thing. You have to build relationships with people. So, you can only really get away with it for so long. For people who don't have relationships, they probably will lean on that more. I'd have to say, during COVID, I think a lot of people lost connections with socializing and finding out the true them and finding that in other people because they just wanted to interact with someone or something. Yeah. But, if you really think about it, people really don't last. There's a reason why men like women that are more naturally. Yeah. Just, you can get by with having fake boobs and fake asses, but at the end of the day, we kind of want authenticity. So, if you suck at your job, that's probably useful. But if you're actually really authentic, you could get further. So, competition.
To parrot Warren Buffett, he says the number one way to be recession-proof and inflation-proof is actually to just be really good at your job.
Yeah.
And if you're the best of the best, you're always going to have opportunities out there. But if you're just kind of like an average model or an average fitness guy or an average
Asian
influencer, an average Asian, how to say that?
But
That
I don't know.
you might be replaced.
I think you guys are a little too optimistic about that. I don't. You think in 10 years, like they won't be able to program authenticity or what we believe is authentic?
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to do that for sure.
Yeah,
like 100%.
I don't disagree with you.
I think to an extent, though.
Well,
I think to an extent.
okay.
Because it's one thing if you're an AI model, and then it's one thing when you meet an influencer in person, you
Yeah.
have a personal connection.
Well, that's
oh,
different,
you know,
yeah.
I met Amanda and she was great, and you know, there's just something about her that like I'm support her completely. Versus like online, like, oh, I love this TV show, right? I'm gonna just keep watching this show. Like, I think
How many people have met Kylie Jenner, right? But she's still a billionaire, right? You know, you don't think they'll be able to manufacture that whole experience?
Oh, I think they already are.
Yeah.
And I think it's sort of inevitable. And I think we just kind of roll with the time. So capitalists, entrepreneurs, companies, corporations, they're always going to figure out ways to innovate and help their bottom line, whether it's globalization, whether it's outsourcing, whether it's virtual assistants. It's like they're going to figure out ways, just like these companies are doing. This is Levi's as an example. I'm sure there's going to be a million other companies that are going to implement AI to basically help their bottom line. And it's concerning, but it's the age that we live in. Technology is moving so fast these days that you have to basically make sure that your skills are constantly being updated so you don't get replaced by a freaking robot. And these robots, I got my eye on you, these robots. But unfortunately, they got their eyes on us too.
yes.
So it's a little concerning. All right. So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another. Or if you want to watch the entire Soscast, click right here.